Here we are in St. Augustine, Florida with Eric. And this special place needs to be introduced. Certainly, if you don't know this place and you've been to St. Augustine, you need to come back to St. Augustine and come to Music Matters Remixed. First of all, let's just think about the name right there. Every day, music matters to us, doesn't it,
Yes,
Larry?
it does.
Every single day. The day wouldn't be the day without music. So we're going to have Eric tell us about the history of this place. And what would be something we could start off with?
So what was it like the first time you ever came in here? Because you just bought this place
Oh,
like
jeez.
a year ago or something.
2 years ago, December 2020. So this was my third Christmas here, which is kind of special. But the store itself has been here since, 1989.
Wow.
We never read that about that.
And I did come in here, so I think I was about 19. And my first memory was I really love 80s music. In particular, my favorite band, Dead or Alive, and the previous owner did not have it. And he ordered me a Japanese import Dead or Alive CD.
Those are special.
And on the price tag on the back, he could afford the ones that say Music Matters on the price sticker, and he wrote my name because it was special order, and I still have it.
Cool.
So,
Do you have a history of this place? I mean, see, this is the thing about too. What we really appreciate about we've interviewed people around the country, and Eric is really it's a special place that he has here because he has history of part of his life, and it tells part of his story. Right?
Yeah, I mean, it was actually the music shop in the mall called Music Land that was before here.
How long was that place in
I
music?
think until the 90s.
90s.
Wow.
Back on the mall was like the place you went as a kid. And it was just one of those things where you're a kid and you don't have money, but music is therapy and you need music mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I only had enough for one record and I had two. And it's the 80s, so I pretty much believe it was Tears for Fears and New Order.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to pick one because I needed both. And so I remember just saying one day I'm going to own the whole store and never have to have like one again.
And I admire that so much because what Eric just touched on is something we haven't spoken about in so many episodes. When, in the 80s, we went to the mall when the mall had cool places like record stores to go into,
shops,
and we usually only had
nice.
one choice. Now you might not understand that, Alaric, because luckily for you, you had more than one choice. But Eric and I had, maybe we had one or two choices if we were lucky. But here's the kicker. Here's what makes this place so awesome is that he bought the place.
Well,
it
was a
like
bucket list.
everyone's dream.
I worked for corporations,
Yeah.
big ones like Disney, Universal.
Yeah.
And I always value my experience. And most things, you get a strong work ethic and you meet people from around the world, which is brilliant. And you can't put anything on that. But the flip side of it is you'll always just be a number. Or it doesn't matter how well you excel in the long run. And I got furloughed after COVID. Right after I had gotten the Hard Rock that I worked at, pretty much on my own merit, number one Hard Rock in all of North America. So as a waiter bartender, that was like Michael Jackson's Thriller of performance, and I got nothing for it. I actually got kind of ridiculed, I was in shock. And so I just remember saying, I'll never work that hard for anyone ever again. And it was during COVID, so I came by to see if I could get like a DVD to take home to watch. And he said, oh yeah, I'm selling the store. And the light went off and I was like, okay, wait. Because after I hit that height of success, it was actually for Hard Rock, that the GM said to me, when will you realize your opportunities lie somewhere else and not here after everything that I had done? And then this happened and I said, oh, she was right. I went from being angry to being very grateful that I wasn't promoted to the level I had earned.
Sometimes anger really motivates us.
Well, it did. It made me say, like, that's
sometimes
it.
fear, anger. But we were admiring it so much, your story, because it's just, again, you're making some people happy. Today, before we started filming, we had an in-store performance, which was special, really, really good.
Very cool.
And, record stores that have in-store performances, that's amazing. It's fantastic. And you can see people flooding in here today. I'm telling you, you have to come to Music Matters Remixed, St. Augustine, Florida.
Well, and if you're around too, follow us on Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah.
I decided, because music was such therapy for me, to kind of treat my store like a pharmacy. So I look at it like I'm your doctor and you come here for your medicine. And if I have to hunt it down, I will. And if I have to mark it down, I will. Great. I've never let a kid leave the store because they couldn't afford it. And if they had 3 things, they could only afford 2. I made sure they left with
And
all of
about a year or so ago, he did that exact thing for us, right, Larry?
Yes.
Did I? I don't
You
remember
did.
that. I don't
And
remember
I tell you, I
that.
came away with Double Gatefold, Speak of the Devil, Ozzy Osbourne, and he saw even myself that it's kind of pricey, but it was worth it because it's special. It's rare.
I appreciate it.
Man, Eric is the guy that'll work with you. Really awesome. But
And there's
again,
like a really expensive AC/DC poster, but you made it half off, and I really
Wow.
yeah,
appreciate
flick of the
that.
switch, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here a year later. So if that doesn't say volumes, then y'all are just crazy. You don't understand that.
Well,
Yeah.
I'd love for you to come visit. A couple of things you can do is follow us, like I said, Music Matters Remixed on Facebook and Instagram. I do a radio show every other week. You can catch it, though, no matter where you're at on staugustineradio.com, Saturdays at 10 a.m., our time, Florida time. And then you could be local and listen to 103.9 FM, which is our hometown station, plays all 70s, 80s. So good stuff.
Yeah, lots to check out.
If you are in town, we do a concert here at the store once a month. It's always for a different not-for-profit. Decided we'll use the platform for as much good as we can. So music brings the people together. And so once a month, I choose a different not-for-profit and we throw a concert, and it brings hopefully some money and definitely knowledge and awareness. So we've just finished our 12th concert for the year, and if people have come every month, now they know 12 valuable resources that this community offers, whether it's depression or hunger or abuse or animals or whatever. So we're trying to get back to the roots of the music story. Isn't just I'm here to sell you a record.
Well,
we're here to come together.
Yeah. Well, Heavy Metal Music, man, I really appreciate your time, brother. We are so happy. Oh, yeah, man. Thank you.
Bring it in.
Thank you so much. You're really doing a lot of good for a lot of people. It's not just the store, guys. It's a lot more than that. Cheers.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Well, here we are wrapping it up in America's oldest city, St. Augustine, Florida. We interviewed Eric, and I love his passion for music and just music in general. And also, just like everything about him was amazing. And I picked up some stuff, and the first thing that I picked up was Creator live DVD. It was a whole concert where they played 2 albums. They played Hey Dude Morales all the way through and Violent Revolution all the way through. My probably 2 favorite Creator albums. And then I also got Opus, Blackwater Park, Deliverance, and Damnation. Making of. I love all 3 of those albums. That was when Mike Lagerfeld still growled, but still amazing albums. And also I got Diablos and Musica by Slayer. One of their 90s albums, but still is pretty solid and good. And just everything about Music Matters, just I felt like a good welcoming about everything. It's great. I loved it. And Leopold, you have something you want to say about Ponce de Leon. What do you have to say about him?
Well, the history books might not say it, show it, but Ponce de Leon was an actual metalhead. We'll see about that. You'll look that up and you'll know that I'm right. But keep in mind that St. Augustine is in Florida and metal is here. And Eric had some for us. He was a really hospitable host. And I have to tell you, it really was wonderful to be able to meet him. We thank him for his time. Very generous with his time. Appreciate it.